my name is Terry Lee from Sweet Pea Papers and the Sweet Pea Papers Facebook group, and today is video 1 in my new series called Teal Memories, and the kit that we'll be using is Teal Memories by Victoria Designs. It's one of their mega kits, as you can see by all the paper that I have. This will print out at 8.5 by 11, and that's fine if you're just going to fold it in half and make a book, but that's not what we're going to do. So I went ahead and printed it with a border and then cut the border off, and it made the pages just a smidge smaller. Okay, I had said this was going to be my front and back cover, but I don't know. I think I've changed my mind, so I'm going to set this over here. So here's some of the kit. There's 24 kit pages, and now you'll notice I've printed on the back of mine. I've double side printed everything, and a lot of that is going to go to waste. But if I wanted to be able to just cut one up for cards or something, then I didn't want to have to remember to do that, to print it on the other side. And this is one of the backing papers, so this is the side that should go up, and I'm thinking seriously about making this one the cover and a different one the back, because I don't think we need to know the sexual system of plants. So which I thought was really funny. But anyway, there's quite a few writing pages. That's great. So there's 24 journal pages. Oh, that would be pretty too. That would be pretty as a cover too. Could still add stuff to it, clusters and stuff. And that's why some of these plain ones, which are obviously the backs of ones that I've printed on, this one's plain on both sides, so that might make a good insert. So like I said, there's 24 pages. Try to go a little faster in the kit. Then there are 20 backing papers, and then I think it's 15 pages of ephemera. So here's some more of the pages. They have beautiful roses, teal and blue roses. They have, I know teal is a blue, but you know what I'm saying. And lots of dragonflies and butterflies, or flutterbys. And so that's that. And it just depends on what side I need to use. If I need to use this side, I can use it. If I need to use this size, I'm going to use it. I'm not going to cut them all apart. It's a little overwhelming to look at 48 pages. A little bit easier to look at 24. See them, you know, both sides, and see what you want to use. I've been finding that one out kind of the hard way. This is the first time we'll be doing it this way, so we'll see how that works out. So here's some of the backing papers, and I think they're nice. I think they'll make good. I printed on the backs of these, and I printed lined paper on the backs of these, so that when we make them into cards, then they will already have lines. Some of them I printed plain, I believe. Yeah. And I love this one. I might resize this on the computer and make this my cover. That would be a great cover. Anyway, so we just kind of go through. I'm not very good at doing this. Oops. Anyway, the backing papers. And it goes on with some more solids. Okay, and then the ephemera, I printed some of it one-sided because it was all pockets and words. And I haven't cut it out with my scan and cut yet, so we all know I'm going to pause the video after this and do all that. And then here's the other pages of ephemera. And there's pockets and little file folders and faux papers. These I've printed on the back of. And I haven't trimmed them because it doesn't matter, because my ScanNCut's going to cut out all the stuff in the middle. There's no reason for me to exert myself. I've already trimmed the edges of 44 pages. So I don't really want to do any more. Here's an envelope, some nice big tickets. If you don't want something as large as it is, just look on your printer, and you could probably print as 2 5x7s, which would shrink everything down. Or even more if you wanted to. I like these. I like the little crisscross on them. I ordered a stamp since I can't sew. I have a sewing machine and I've never sewn. But I bought a stamp that's like faux stitching. Oz, what are you doing? He's scratching, and that was his collar. Anyway, so there's all that. So what we're going to do, like we've done in some others, now you're not going to see this until January because it's a gift. And I don't want to put the videos out before the person gets the gift. That would be bad. So I'm filming this, are you ready, in July, because I'm getting ready for a swap called 25 Days of Joy from the Junk Journal with Joy Facebook group, or the JJ with Joy is how she has it set up. And you should go over there and check them out. They do lots of lives and things like that. And I'll put a link below to Joy's Facebook group. And so the whole deal is that you make 25 gifts. Yes, 25 gifts. And you put them in a box or whatever, and you send them to you have a swap. They send you a box, you send them a box, and then each day in Christmas, the month of December, it's like an Advent thing. Then you open a box or a little package or whatever it is with the number of that day on it, and then you post a picture of what it is on the group. It's really fun. You need to start in July though, because it's a lot of little gifts. You make stuff, or you can buy a few things. I think there's a limit of 5 store items, and then you also de-stash. So anyway, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a book, and it's going to be probably 3 signatures of 12 pages each, and we're not going to be able to do every single one of those pages on camera because that would just take forever, and I don't think you guys want a 30-part series. So what we'll probably do is 1, maybe 2 of the signatures on camera, then I'll do the rest of it off camera, and you'll see it at the end through the flip through for the rest of it. What was I going to say? Oh, I'm also going to make a smaller little journal, and just a 3-hole pamphlet stitch journal, and also probably an expandable envelope. So there's going to be 3 parts to this, and yeah, so it should be fun. I'm looking forward to it. I love the papers. That's always a plus. And yes, I'm destashing all my Victoria design kits. I'm getting them used and putting them on video because otherwise all these millions of pages are just going to sit there. So what we're going to do, this is some of the other stuff you're going to need. You're going to need eyelets and charms, which my charms and such are all in here. So I've got gold and silver and ones for Halloween or punk. And then I've got all my gears and clocks for steampunk. And they're all in here. We probably won't be using the gears. I'm sorry. But we'll need some jump rings too, but I didn't get those out because there's no reason to do that for this. We're going to need some brads. We're going to need some tabs. I have a die that cuts out the whale tail tabs, so I can make as many as I want, any color I want. I may cut some out of the backing papers so that they match the kit instead of being this color, which is what I'll probably do, but this is just an example. And we'll probably use some lace somewhere. This is coffee dyed lace that I coffee dyed myself. I'm going to stamp the edges of the papers. When you cut them out the way that I did, it gives you a 1/8 inch border all the way around. So instead of leaving it cream colored, I'm going to stamp around the edges. I first saw Tanya of Teddy Treasure do that, and I really like the idea. So I have appropriated that idea, and either stamping or stenciling or inking, you know, the edges. So it's going to be one of these long ones, because then I can just do 1, 2, 1, 2. I've been doing smaller ones and I have to do it all the way around, and it's a lot of pages. So I think this one I'm going to try out, you know, one of these narrower, because you only see 1/8 of an inch of it. So it's just something to keep it from being just the cream by itself. You can ink the edges as well if you don't want to see the core color. Speaking of inking, I'm pretty sure we're going to use Salvage Patina. I love this color. It's like one of my new favorite colors. And Vintage Photo for some of the things that we might need them, need the Vintage Photo for. I have a feeling we're going to use the Vintage Photo for the stamping around the edges of the page, and then use the Salvage Patina for all the ephemera and those types of things. And we'll probably use the Vintage Photo around the pages, because I don't think with the color of the paper that you're going to see the teal inking. I'm not sure. I'll try it out on a page and see, because I can always cover it with Vintage Photo. So that's it for this part of the video, and I'll see you in the next part of the video. Oh, actually, I take that back. This is what we're going to do. We're going to fold the pages in half. I meant to show you this part so you could get started. We're just going to fold the pages in half, and then when we make our papers, we're going to glue them onto the book. So that gives you 4 pages per piece of paper. So we'll do 3 pieces of paper for each signature, and you just fold them, come here, in half, and then you're going to stencil in ink or both, or whatever you want to do around all the edges and the centers inside and out. And then you just put them inside of each other like this. So 3 is a pretty good amount of papers to make it easier to sew in and not push out, okay? And then you can put a lot more, it's easier to put quite a few smaller signatures in than it is to sew in one big signature. That's me, just me, for me. So, okay, I just wanted to show you that. And I will see you in the next part of this video. And yeah, and that'll be just a second for you, and not even a second for you. Okay, see you in a second. Alrighty then. So we went through the introduction, and now I want to show you what my stamped pages look like. However, I've decided against this color. I still may use this color on the ephemera. Let me get it again, and it's called Salvage Patina. And what I've done with the pages, with the brown, I've used brushed corduroy. So now this is what the pages look like once you stencil all around them. And remember, only 1/8 of an inch is going to show. Okay? So that's that. We won't be needing those until we're ready to put that signature together. So for page 1, get the page 2 stuff set aside. Page 1 is not going to be hard at all. And I've set my timer for 45 minutes since the intro thing went 13 minutes. And I don't want to, what am I doing here? I don't want to go over an hour. So here's the paper that I picked out, and I've inked around it in the brushed corduroy. And we're going to put 2 belly bands on. So that's what this is going to be, the 2 belly bands. Then we're going to put a pocket across the belly bands. And then we're going to make a big card, and then we'll make something small. I haven't cut the ephemera out yet, so I'm going to wait and see if there's something in there that fits. And I have a feeling there's a piece of what looks like writing paper with torn edges or whatever, and I think we'll probably use that. But I want to make sure before I make a handmade card and cut into a paper that that's what we want to do. Okay, so here's our paper. Now we know the belly bands are the right length. So how wide do we want each one? Well, I would kind of like to see some of the flower. You know, I'm thinking we use this side, put the belly bands on this side, you would still see part of this flower. It took me a long time to figure out what paper I wanted to use for this. I could just use a plain paper. Let me find one. Sorry about that. I'm looking. Here's one. Or even this side would work. That way we're not cutting off a flower. These didn't come out exactly to 5 3/8 is the half. I don't know. I'm just kind of eyeballing it now. So I'm thinking that page, actually, and not the plain side. So we'll use this as the paper. I like these little inkers, but kind of like the big ones. But I have something like 40 colors in the little ones. That's why I try to use different colors, because I've got them all, so why not use them? Some of them are a little bright and would be better as paint or used as a liquid ink. Okay, so we've got this as our paper. Those are our belly bands. This is the pocket. These are the cards. Okay, we don't need that. So let's cut them. Let's cut them 1 1/4 inches wide. And I'm going to trim this off first. No, I'm not. I'm going to do this one from this side and this one from this side. Then they'll look like that. So let's ink these real quick. I like brushed corduroy. It isn't a brown. It is a brown, but It isn't the same as Vintage Photo at all. I think Vintage Photo is its own color, its own special color for doing certain things, and that's why people use it so much. And with this paper, we can put the belly bands in the middle, which is what I really wanted to do. So we want them to be this way. So let's see, if we put one here, we put one here, then that will be fine. Okay. That's kind of funny. It's this page. Do you want them to be the same? Huh. Didn't think about that. All right. Let's try it this way and see what we think. Been so hot here. Oh, let me turn my other fan off. I'm sorry, I forgot. Sorry about that. I hope the sound is better now. I totally forgot that it was on. It's 95 degrees outside, and I live in Seattle, so no one has AC. So, needless to say, without the fan being on, it's quite warm. But I will muddle through. Okay. So let's put the blue on this side. And just put a little bit across the top and across the bottom. Even the dog is laying in front of the fan in the living room. It should let him out at 1 in the morning when the sprinklers turn on. I did them upside down. So we're going to try to do a couple pages of video as long as we can. If we start getting into pages that take 45 minutes to take, then we'll just do 45-minute videos. That's all. Okay, that looks kind of neat. Now we're going to take this right here. We're going to make a pocket out of it. Doesn't matter that there's a gap there. We're going to glue it here and here and then the card will be big enough that it won't come out through the middle. So let's cut this just above the flower. And then this is going to be our pocket. Now we're going to have to cut a little bit of the width off. So let's make it right here. Yeah. And put it down far enough that we could put a decent sized card in there. Okay. So we're going to glue between here and here, here, and here, here, and here. Okay, so now this just gives us a general idea, even though it's on the front. Then it doesn't need to go all the way out to the edge. And it's going to be more like a tuck. No, we need to glue the sides. Let's see if that works. Did I get the belly bands or did I get the paper? That worked out all right. Okay, so now we're just going to make 2 cards. We can actually make the card for this. Well, let's make the big card. Need the glue anymore. Let's make it just a little bit shorter. That way it won't have the curly on either on the top or the bottom. And I'll probably come back and do the glossy accents on here and on this big butterfly. I don't know why I said flower before. Let's see if I did all right here. Yeah, that's going to be fine. Okay, and around the corners. Should have rounded the bottom corners on that. I didn't think of it. Oh, and I didn't ink it. Darn it. And then once we start having scraps, or I've cut that other, the ephemera out, then that will be what we put in this pocket right here. So we want to ink this on both sides. I'm not doing a lot of inking, you know, like making the corners look old and things like that. It's already got the curly stuff on there. And I'll probably come back and stencil something on the back, or something like that, just so it isn't plain. I do like this though. Okay. So this is the paper. Geez, how confusing. So this is video 1. Left or right. Okay. That way we know that when we go to put it in our book, we can put it on a page that faces either the left or the right. Okay. So that's that. And we'll set that to the side. And now this one, here's our paper. And what we're going to do is we're just going to make 2 expandable pockets, and depending on how far they stick out, I've got these circles and brads ready, except for I don't have the circles glued on top to make it double thickness yet, because I wanted to see what the status was of the pockets. So we're going to need 2 pieces that are the height we want plus a 1/2 inch to flip under. Okay, then the height is going to be enough that we can use the pocket, but not so much. We're going to move this one down actually a little bit. And this one is just going to be a pocket. I'm thinking about this, and I'm wondering if this is going to work now. Because is the top pocket going to make you not be able to use the bottom pocket? That's what I'm wondering. Okay, I decided that we should still be able to have enough room. The only thing is that we're going to put the bottom pocket on first, because we're going to have the string go up underneath this pocket to come out to tie it. It'll be a good way for you to keep smaller pieces of ephemera if you want to give them as a gift. Your book is a gift, then you can leave them things that they can add to the journal. You can put little notes in there. You can put whatever you want in there. So what we're going to do is we're going to cut 2 3-inch wide pockets. So the first one, it's going to be this wide. I'm wondering if we could go 3.5, because it is 8. Well, that only gives us 7. we go 3.5. Oops, 3.5, and then a half is 4. And then 3.5 is 6.5. No, that's too high. I do believe we can go 3.25. Okay. Now I'm wondering if when we do this, if we need to make a 1/2 inch flip on the bottom of this one, or if we could just have it tip out so that we could keep the flower without taking the 1/2 inch off. So let's, I don't know why I put that away, measure for the width. I really like this blue rose. I'm going to measure for the width. Which I just moved the paper. I have no idea where I made, oh, there it is. And that will make it 5 3/8 or 5 and here actually it's in the 16ths, but let's just do this one against this one and not just say, okay, this was that many inches or whatever, because I don't want to make a mistake, and a mistake in math. I have a fan on still in the background. It's across the room, but it is so hot. I think I would melt. You ever had anybody make a video and melt right during filming of the video? Oh, the only other thing is I didn't leave the 1/2 inch on here to make it a deeper pocket, so we'll just see how that goes. So when we put this here, we're going to get that piece back out. I got my new paper trimmer, or circle cutter from EK, which works so much nicer and so much easier. I think I'm going to, one at a time, replace my punches with this brand. They're so easy to squeeze for me. And you saw how I just turned it upside down. I squeezed it with one hand. It was just, I feel like a real person. Or a person with real strength hands. Let's put it that way. Wasn't an unreal person. So we're gonna do this and let them dry. Oops. Apparently we're going to glue them to the work surface as well. That way the glue will be dry when we go to put the brad through. Okay, and so I can ink them. That's why I'm putting the ink right next to them. Oh, no I'm not. I'm going to ink these too. No more tearing off the page, huh? A little bit lighter brown would have probably matched this better, but you wouldn't be able to see it because of the blue. I know some people go with walnut stain, and some people always go with vintage photo. And like I said earlier, I do like to switch mine up a little bit. Let's make the side pieces for these. This is coffee dyed paper, and it'll help the pockets lay flatter. And what we're going to do is we're going to cut 2 1-inch wide pieces. Well, we're going to cut 4. Yeah, they're dry enough. I better ink them now before I forget. I've been having a little trouble forgetting inking in this so far, haven't I? So used to being able to do a bunch of it ahead of time. This one couldn't really, without showing you how to do it. Okay. So we're going to cut 2 1-inch wide strips. My pockets are a little over 3 1/4 long. I don't want the side piece to be near that. So we're going to need 2 per pocket. This was sprayed with my glitter spray, which I didn't do that on purpose, just for this project. These just happened to be, this just happened to be a scrap piece. So I'm only going to make them, let's say 2.5 inches long. Probably would have had enough to do it with one sheet. Yeah. Lesson learned. Could have kept these 2 together. It's alright. So now we're going to take these 2. We're going to fold them in half. Like so. Then you're going to take each side and fold it back towards the center. So, yeah, this should work because of the type of closure we're going to put on them. If we don't put the gusset on the bottom to make them stick out really far, but then opening just enough with these little pieces that you can pull them open just a little bit. 2 more. Can she do it? Apparently not. Come on. Can't believe I had that much trouble folding it in half. I have this Alanis Morissette song, and Isn't It Ironic, going through my head. And the thing is that most of the things she says in the song that are supposed to be ironic are not. I don't know where she got her definition of irony from, but not the dictionary, that's for sure. Singer's license, right? Writer's license to do. Okay, now we're going to take each one of these, and you're going to want it with the pointed side out. So your little peak right here is going to face this way. And we're going to glue them on the pocket. Let's see, I want it this way. Okay. And I just did it backwards. No, I didn't. And if you don't have it fill the whole thing, then you don't have to really bevel it either, or miter it. And go right up to the edge. I don't know how that got crooked all of a sudden. And glue this one. I'm going to put the bottom one on first. You can just approximate it. And then we'll do the other one. I think that'll look a lot better, being able to keep the rows on there. I had somebody say something about, do I keep people entertained? And I said, well, or just tell you how to do the project. And I would like to hope that my bad jokes, my occasional bad jokes, are entertaining. However, I do not hold any hope out on that. But I also, I don't know how many of you guys know this or not, but I don't leave my house. So I don't have any exciting tales of the grocery store or funny things that happened on my way to work or things like that. And I'm pretty sure you don't want to hear about my childhood. I don't know. Maybe you would. I don't know. Made me snort laugh there. Okay, so now this one I put a little too close to the bottom, because remember we have to glue to the bottom. Yeah, that one's okay. Alright, let's put this one on the bottom. Let's put the what am I trying to say? The brad. Let's put the brad on first. Okay. Anyway, so I don't have a lot of funny stories to tell and keep you entertained. I'm hoping that you are just enjoying the video. Or not just, but let's see. I guess I could measure it. And it was only a 1/16 off anyway. I'm going to want it farther down. I always put it too far up, and then the circle doesn't fit. So let's see. We can do these. I probably should have done this before I did the this way I know they'll be in the same spot on both pieces. They'll be lined up. Or they better be. Okay. I'm going to take the piece with the circle and the brad. We're going to put them on first. Need some more gold brads, or I need to start using silver. I don't think silver would work on here though. So I'm going to take this piece, put it through here, and I use the smaller hole on the crocodile. And then we just open his little legs out, kind of smush it down a little bit. We're going to open his little legs out. Try to do it to where it's facing side to side, like that. Did I do that on this one? Yeah. Okay, that way we can put a piece of tape over this, and then things won't catch on it on the way in and out of the pocket. Put this right up close to the edge. My tape dispenser teeth are getting dull after 20-something years. I may have to break down and get a new tape dispenser. It's one of those ones with the sand in it. It's one of those real old ones. Okay, so now let's glue our pockets on. Now, in order to do that, we're going to have to glue these two sides, the little accordion pieces, and then we're going to glue across the bottom. And let's see. Yeah, this is the bottom one. So we're going to glue along here. So we don't want to do the top one yet. Okay, let's glue that on. And now we want to put our string on here. What a mess. So we want to tie this and then loop it around. Anyway, about every 10 seconds or so my brain keeps going, isn't it ironic? Okay. Tie this into a knot. I got new little EK scissors too. These are called cutter bees. I also got those new scissors from, I believe it was BB Craft, and they work pretty well too. Just didn't think to get them out. Okay, so now the string for this is going to go, and I just did it backwards. Because we want the loop part to be around here, not the knot. sure about getting that bottom knot out. And getting this brad out is going to be a stinker too. And everything was going so well. It's a good thing about Fabri-Tac. Gives you a minute. So I'm going to have to take this off so that I can take the brad out, and then I can get rid of that loop that I already made. So this is how you fix that. I guess we could have used this side of the, oh no, because we wanted the flower. So we're going to take the brad back out. It's not like it's the first time. Oh, you know what? That was untied. I'm going to stick it back in here. Let me turn it this way. I know you can't see what I'm doing, but I'm just putting another piece of tape over it. Okay, so now we want to run a piece of string as if we've looped it. That's where I got my brain confused. Okay, and then we want to run it up here to go underneath where the other pocket's going to be. So we need to take the other pocket, and we'll trim it. Oh yeah, this is going to work fine. We need to take the other pocket, and make a mark where we're going to put it. So then we can cut our, excuse me. So that way we can run it right up through the center. Let's wrap it a couple times just so we can get an idea. Yeah, we could even wrap it one more time. Okay. Then we want to glue it and tape it. We're going to glue it, and then we're going to put the tape over it so we don't get caught on things going in the pocket. I don't think it will, or that it would, but I just don't want it sliding out. Okay, so that'll be that. Now we'll put our top pocket on. Right over the top of the string. I'm going to glue the bottom and the two sides. And then the top string will have run right up over the top of the top of the paper, and we'll glue it to the back. Okay, we're getting close to an hour. I tried to squeeze all this in 2 pages, and the intro, I might have been overly ambitious on that. Okay, so then we're just going to loop some more string. We're going to do this just like we did the bottom one. No knot here. The part where the knot would be on the top circle, it's just going to be the string going behind the page. Okay, so we did make it in time. So that's going to be this page. You can trim this off a little bit. And then we have two pockets that are expandable. If I can remember which way I tightened it. There we go. Alright, well apparently I need to figure that out. Oh, it got twisted around because of the type of string it is. This is hemp cord, and it's a little dicey to work with because I got too long of a, or too thin of a piece. But anyway, you can see this pocket expands out. This one does the same, and now it's kind of sticking out because I messed with it, but I'll have to undo the string. And then you can put whatever you want in there, and you don't have to worry about the flat sticking out, you know, which is the main part that sticks out, especially if you fold the bottom. It gives you that extra opening, sure, but if you want to toss a couple on a page, then you don't have enough room to put it flat on the page. So we're going to turn this over and we're going to label it Video 1. And this is a left or a right as well. Okay, so we've made these, hold on. We've made these two pages, and I have to put a pocket on this one and fix the tie on this one, okay, so that it can come undone. I believe I just twisted it around and got it snagged up. So anyway, that's that, and that's the end of the video. I will see you in the next video, and that will be just a second for you and a day for me. Bye-bye.